Okay, let's jump right in. Today, we're exploring a collection of position papers by Dr. Stephen Greer. And these papers, they lay out what could be one of the most elaborate cover-ups in modern history. The central claim is that for more than half a century, a secret of incredible importance has been systematically hidden. And we're not just talking hidden from the public, we're talking hidden from the highest levels of our own government.
Right off the bat, the source material hits you with this really powerful statement from a senior politician, Senator Barry Goldwater. This immediately frames the conversation, you know? This isn't just some fringe theory. It's being presented as a serious matter of national concern. The core argument is pretty straightforward. The presence of extraterrestrial intelligence is real, but it's been hidden for decades by a small, really compartmentalized group. So the question, of course, is, how on earth could they pull that off? Well, how do you keep a secret that big? According to these papers, one of the main tools has been sophisticated disinformation. Now, this isn't just about hiding the truth. It's about actively shaping how we all think about it. It's about using fear, denial, and especially ridicule to make the whole subject so toxic that respectable people, well, they just won't touch it. And this is where it gets really interesting, because the source breaks this down into two types. First, you have passive disinformation. That's kind of what you'd expect, right? Official denials, making fun of witnesses, that sort of thing. But then there's active disinformation, and this is a whole other level. This involves actually creating fake events, like staging phony abduction scenarios, or even faking a hostile attack, all designed to pollute the data, create fear, and control the entire narrative. So that begs the really big question. Who is running this whole operation? The source argues it's not the official government as we know it, not the president, not Congress. The idea is that back in the Cold War, a secret entity was created to manage this whole issue. And, well, it's basically gone rogue. It's grown beyond the control of its creators, like a Frankenstein's monster that now operates completely outside the constitutional chain of command. The papers claim this Frankenstein operates as something called USAP, an Unacknowledged Special Access Project. And the key word here is unacknowledged. This isn't just top secret. It means its very existence is officially denied to everyone. So if the president asks about it, the required official response is that the project doesn't exist. It's basically a perfect fortress of secrecy. The source even gives this group a code name, PI-40. And get this, it's described as a quasi-private transnational group. So it's a weird hybrid of military intelligence and private corporations. It supposedly manages the whole shebang, from reverse engineering ET tech to deploying its own weapon systems in space. And the real power, the source claims, isn't in government. It's in the private sector. And how is all this funded? I mean, an operation this huge would need a serious budget. The papers cite a senior congressional investigator who estimates that the annual black budget funding these kinds of operations could be more than $80 billion a year. All of it operating completely outside of public and congressional oversight. So why does any of this matter? Well, according to the source, the real threat isn't necessarily from extraterrestrial visitors. The biggest dangers actually come from the secret human group itself. By operating outside the law, it completely subverts democracy. But even more alarmingly, the papers allege this group has already engaged in hostile acts, using advanced weapons to target and even destroy ET spacecraft. Think about that. Unilaterally risking an interplanetary conflict without anyone knowing. In this telling, the true uncontrolled element is us. So that's the problem. What's the solution? The papers lay out a pretty clear two-step process to end all the secrecy. First, the president would issue an executive order giving amnesty to witnesses, protecting them from their security oaths. And that would be followed by step 2, open public congressional hearings. Get everyone to present their testimony and evidence out in the open for all to see. But this isn't just about the risks of secrecy. The source argues that disclosure could unlock a totally revolutionary future. And you can see here, the potential is just immense. The technology that's been allegedly held back could lead to things like non-polluting zero-point energy systems that could basically end the climate crisis. And on a geopolitical level, the source suggests that having a shared cosmic context, knowing we're not alone, that could finally be the thing that unites humanity. Ultimately, the papers leave us with a really provocative thought. If these claims are true, then ending the secrecy isn't just about UFOs. It's about fundamentally reshaping our world, our technology, our economy, our environment, our whole place in the universe. So the final takeaway is a question, not just about what's out there, but about what kind of future we want to build right here.